Okay, so there's a very cool topic being discussed in Chief Talk, and I thought I would make this video to better explain myself than if I was going to try and write these words out, even though I'm using Super Whisper for Mac or Windows as a really good dictation tool. So you can check that out. No, I'm not sponsored. I don't think anybody sponsors me except my wife. Anyway, so when I was a framer back in the day down in Texas, plans always came with the heated square footage, the porches, the garage, all that stuff as a area measurement. And then us lazy framers, we would have like $1 per square foot that the builder would want to get as a bid. And it was always like $2.75 for heated or $3.25 for heated. And it was always on those projects that there would be like lots of porches that are unheated. And so we never got paid for that, but we built them anyways. So I got into Chief and I never saw that tool where I could just put it on the cover page and have it automatically read, the model that I'm building. So this is step one. This is an intermediate step because the final step's going to be somehow assigning these numbers to the actual rooms or group of rooms. So this may also be a suggestion to Chief. And that is in your room schedule, if there's a way that you can combine rooms by conditioned or unconditioned space, or in any kind of grouping that you want. Like if there's a way you could grab all the heated stuff, combine it, and then let's say you want to just show porches and have them all added up so you can have them either individually or as a total. That would be useful. So let me just show you this way. A guy that I knew kind of had a system like this, and I really didn't understand it, so I didn't really pay attention. And now that I'm looking into this, this is how I've come up with how I'm going to do this. These are the things that are unconditioned in my world that I need to track. Crawl space, garages, attics, porches, decks, driveway, and sidewalks. Mostly the driveways and sidewalks are a big deal with impervious because here in Washington State, the sky rains on us quite a bit. So what you have to do is use the built-in macros, and I'm going to show you right here how that looks. So here's just, and by the way, we're on, this is the layout page. That's why this square footage is so small, because this is scaled down quite a bit. Like this is only what is this? How long is this? This is barely, here, let's just make it 6 inches. So there's 6 inches that direction. There we go. So that's 6 by 3. So that's really why that square footage is such a small number. It would have to be 12 by 12 to be 1 square foot. And we're going to go look at that because in model space, this is all for real. All of these are 1 by 1. And I'm going to use this other space first to show you how this is all set up. So this is the polyline method that Renee talked about. This is his number 3. And when you go in there, you can call it whatever room name you want. And then I always do a second line because I like this to not just be some big, long, single line thing. But the key is these dollar signs. These are the global variables. And a guy named Solver 5 years ago made videos on YouTube. You can check him out. I rewatched a bunch of his videos and it started making sense. So you go %, $, and then you pick whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have to be what this is. It's whatever makes sense. I spelled these words out the whole way, but if you wanted to just use an acronym or a couple letters or whatever works for you, I spelled them out so that there's no confusion. So you put in the room name, and then it's equals area. That's what you want. And then dot round rounds off the answer to how many decimal places inside these parentheses. So that's 8. I had to do 8 just because we're on this layout sheet. If I had it set to 0, you would see this say 0 square footage. So that would be confusing. And then you can fill it. Here's what, like I do sometimes, I'll just pick a color, hit OK, make it 90%. And so now it's got a little bit of color to it. And your options are, you can either take this and in the model trace, build. Let me just show you. Enough talking. Let's just go do. So I've got this mock-up building up here. It's got a living room and a garage. One way is to take main floor, just take this polyline. Let's do this. What do I want to do? I want to go X. Actually, I don't want to do X because I want to be able to use this later. So I'm going to make a copy of this. And the reason why I was trying to decide between X and copy is if I leave this here and then I go and I trace over everything, I'm going to end up with 1 extra square foot bigger than what reality is. And I'm just going to put this over here somewhere. So there's floor 1. And there's another one over here, floor 1. So I'll show you what that just did. And then you have to, this is what's weird. You have to come in here, double click it, and then just hit OK. Oh, well, that didn't work the way I expected. Huh. Don't you hate when that happens? Main floor. I've noticed that you have to refresh things. And I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to do that. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you that this works. I'm going to click to the outside of this and get that there. See that bounding box around there? Come down here and do living space. Go over here. Take this. I'm going to try and make this bigger for everybody because this is pretty small. So open this up. We're in label. I want to take this, copy. Open this up, specify label, paste, and I'm going to make a larger polyline label. I'm going to hit copy, large, so that we can see it, and we'll make it some big crazy number like, there you go. And let's see, I'll have to turn on that layer probably. No, there it is. Floor 1, 2,532 square feet. So that's how big that is. And some people are saying that it's hard to see because I'm recording on a 4K monitor. So I apologize, but get rid of this. So now, see this is 2532 plus one more over here. So if you had this in your template, you would use these or delete them as you needed. And that way they wouldn't show up in your size, like right here. There it is, see? Told you. I think it's because it was reading small stuff. But so there's your main floor, 2532. 2532. So maybe, well, that's wild. Guess what? This isn't causing a problem. That's nice to know. It must be. It could be that it's really close to the rounding, and it's rounding like 0.4 rounds down and 0.5 rounds up. It could be something simple like that. But okay, wait a sec. Now it's back to this. All right, you saw that it was right, and now you're seeing that it's wrong. So it's reading something odd. Main floor equals percent. Okay, so it's looking for main floor. Come on. Let's go back here. Main floor equals area round. It's rounding it to 0. It's called floor 1. And now it's back. Okay, before I move anything, it's back. It's adding in second floor, which we're not talking about that yet. So let's go play with that for a second. Do I have a second floor? Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm going to go from floor 1 to floor 2. I'm going to do this little crazy thing again. Heated space. Move over here. I want to go read what the, where was that? Oh, I know where. Yeah, I got to go down here. Now, so this would be cool. Put these all on their own layer so that when you go to floor 2, all you see is this little dude right here for floor 2. And he only lives on floor 2. And you only really need him for this. You don't need that square. That little square just kind of proves that it works. Go up here, specify label, floor 2, custom polyline large. Okay. What's going on? Yeah, why is it default to that? Y'all saw me. I went down here. Huh. That should be the polyline label large should always be that size no matter how you're asking for it. All right, so floor 2 is 2232. That's it's interesting. And so you have to write all this stuff in lowercase. It has to look like that. This part can be uppercase. But the part inside the percentage has to be lowercase. Second floor. Second floor, yeah. Again, I would like to know what's going on here. This is that thing where every so often, like I don't remember what I would do, but I would like regenerate it or you can see that I've got 2 instances of this. One rotated so everybody can see it. Percent dollar main floor percent. I gotta move move that over there. So this should say percent dollar, second floor, percent. And then I should go check. I'll bet you I didn't coordinate that correctly. Second floor. Second floor. Round zero. So that should be correct. And you watch, when I go back, it'll say 2232. What the hell? What the literal hell is going on? All right, I'm going to rename these because see how they're too big? So I'm just going to go. This part, I don't find that it's a problem changing this up because this is just text. And the number is being calculated inside the percent signs. And that's where you can't just go monkeying around with this stuff. So enter. Yeah. Same thing over here. Just so you can see it. Hit pause anytime you need to study something. But this has bugged me for a long time. I wanted to be able to have this kind of automation. Now, it's not really automated if you stop and think about it. Whoops, that's floor 2. It is reading a polyline that was generated by Chief that goes around the heated space. So it's only accurate, like let's say we come up here, it's accurate for this configuration. But if you do some edits and you move a wall, you're going to have to come back here and it's weird. You got to get at a certain distance away. You got to get that and then do the polyline. So like if you modified this room into some other size, you're going to have to do this. And if you're an archive person who likes to keep stuff forever, you would label this old or however you do it. This would be current. And then you would take this, copy. If I didn't need this, I would just do this, be gone with it. And then, in fact, let's do this. Let's make it a whole different number so we're not being crazy. So that should be, see, you know what? Look at that. It did. Okay, so if I just do polyline labels, large, they should come out large. Boom, there it is. Okay, good. 1,100 square feet. Let's go see if this new change has been picked. Yes, it has. It's been picked up. So the total living space so far in this house, because if I don't have a basement, let me just go fix that real quick. There's got to be, you know what? The guy from Alaska, Alaskan son, first name Michael, he could write something that if you had no basement and you came down here to wherever you store these, he'd probably have a good method on where you would keep these. I had him in CAD details in the beginning, but that didn't work so well. But maybe it's supposed to work. I don't know. But you could come here and just shrink this down below 6 inches each way. If it's going to let me. For some reason, I'm not able to click. It's not letting me click on there. Very weird. Let's do it this way then. Let's go 5 inches this way. Now, see, now it's letting me. But that's weird. I don't want to do it that way. 5 inches this way. Well, it did move. So now we're under half of a foot both ways with set to round to 0. So it says 0 square feet. He could write some kind of script that said, yeah, if this equaled 0, then it would use n/a up here. What is this? It keeps changing. What is it doing? I don't understand the... I just don't get it. We didn't touch floor 2. Huh. All right. Let me go to floor 2. You're out of here. You're labeled correctly. We haven't changed anything. We'll come back. And it's right again. See, what is going... This is beyond my understanding. Why is this happening? Why did it all of a sudden just say 1 square foot? Was it reading that other one that I have? The little square one that was 1 square foot? I don't know. But this is what I want. I want to be able to have total condition space so that the tax people know what they're supposed to be getting. Under roof is a cool calculation. It's not accurate because I haven't accurately filled this out yet. But if I did, it would probably come down to back patio, you know. And that's the other thing is, if you're doing a basement, you're going to have to change out crawl space for basement. So you'll need to have... like the crawl space one, I just call it %, crawl space, % space, SF. And it's looking for something called crawl space. And when you go there, what it finds is this. And so if you pulled that molding line, polyline, it follows the inside of the crawl space or the outside. I don't know how you guys get taxed where you're at, but this is what you write. You get the polyline for that shape, and then you drop this in here in the label, and you call it whatever you want. And then it's looking for... I think it's actually, well, no, it's not. This is all caps. It's looking for crawl space equals, and then it's reading this number and that. And so, like, if I was to go crawl space, 4 square feet, it should update over here. Yep, there it is. And so that's actually, now what? These, man. What is this? What is this? Okay, go back here. Come back here. Well, at least now they're lined up. Go back here. Come back here. Go back here. Let's make this 2. Come back here. 2's correct. Total garage is, if you had different garages, like an attached or detached, whatever, you could label them A, B, and C, and then it would add them together into the total square footage of garage. Oh, what is the deal? Okay, so let's go look at floor 1. I don't know what we're supposed to do about this. Floor 1, I'm just going to double click it, open it, close it. Come back here. Hey, look what that did. Do I have to do this? Is there what's the macro to tell it to do this? Because this is nuts. I think I've read a thread where Joe, I don't remember his last name right now, but he's on Chief. He's a code guy too. He was asking for Chief to auto update something, and then maybe this is it. I don't know. So So you know the work process for this is once you get it perfect and it's right, print it to PDF quickly. Because this is what I want. And what's nice is, so here's total heated space. And we made that one change on the crawl space. I should have made that really big. And then you'd see like under roof would be different value than heated. Because it's going to be. And you're just not going to add decks, driveways, or sidewalks because they're not under your roof. So there you go. I'm going to hit stop on this now.